All right, hello and welcome into the show, everyone. I am Preston Poole. That is Tyler Adams. This is Unadvised here on the Sports Animal YouTube, Facebook, and right here on our very own X account at Unadvised Pod. T-Bag, we're close. We're here, actually. We're here. We're not close. We're here. It is week 0, and football is back. It's been a long off season, but we made it.
I'm drooling, Preston. I'm just totally just foaming at the mouth. Hard Knocks isn't hitting it like it used to. We have Hard Knocks tonight at 8.
Yeah, the first couple episodes are just like for me, you know.
Because usually it's like I'm all in the first 3 episodes, and college football starts, and I don't finish it out. I think the only Hard Knocks season I've ever finished out with was the Lions one a couple years ago, because I was just so awesome, and my guy Malcolm Rodriguez was a big feature on it. But even then, it's like I'm gonna watch tonight because there's nothing else to watch. But I'm not drooling for it, but I am drooling for Farmageddon this weekend.
Yeah, come 11 a.m. on Saturday, you'll have number 22 Iowa State taking on number 17 Kansas State in Aviva Stadium in Dublin, Ireland. It is the Aer Lingus College Football Classic. Quite the name there.
Who could forget? Who could forget?
Yeah.
Me and Curtis. So I am anti-neutral site game unless it's like OU Texas or Georgia Florida or something like that. National championship, I think, is the only game that should be neutral site, and that should always be at the Rose Bowl. Get rid of like these stupid bowl games for the playoffs. No one cares. Make the Sugar Bowl. Like, hey, the MAC champion versus Conference USA champion. Like that'd be really cool for the schools to go play in. But we don't need that in the college football playoff. But I was explaining that the other day. But I was like, Dublin is a really cool destination spot for week 0. It's still early summer or late summer, and I was looking at the flights, Preston. You could afford it. It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. You're going to have to eat rice and beans maybe for a week or 2. But I mean, if OSU is playing in it, it's a $600 plane ticket.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Get a cheap hotel room. Pile up with your buddies. And, just go out there for 5 or 6 days. And, obviously you have to get the ticket, which I'm sure you can get discounted rates to this school. I mean, it's an affordable trip. It really is. I mean, it's probably cheaper to go to Dublin than to go to, speaking of the Rose Bowl, to go to the Rose Bowl. So I am becoming pro Dublin, and I would love for OSU to play in it one day because that'd be awesome.
Well, if you're a college student and thinking about going to see your team over there, you're in Europe. Just get a hostel in Europe. You'll be fine there. You'll
I mean, you're coming right off your summer job, your summer internship, whatever you did. You got some money in the bank. I mean, $600 is not bad at all for a plane ticket to Dublin. Like that is. I mean, it's $400 to get from Oklahoma City to Chicago.
Yeah. I would say it's $400 to get.
I'm pro Dublin. I'm pro Dublin because it is affordable for the fans to go do a really cool thing.
Yeah. Now I don't want to see.
You're not missing much.
Yeah, I don't want to see teams like Texas, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, Oklahoma. I don't want to see those teams playing over there. But I'm cool with watching Iowa State, K-State.
They did do Nebraska, Northwestern. Notre Dame played over there, which Notre Dame makes sense with the Irish heritage. But this game is definitely should just be it should just alternate between Big 12 and ACC schools.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. So that's coming up Saturday. Kansas State is currently a 3-point favorite in that one. Outside of that, there's other football games on Saturday. They're not as interesting as the top 25 matchup is at 11 a.m. on Saturday.
That is football.
It is football. You'll have Idaho State taking on UNLV. That'll be Dan Mullen's first game at UNLV. Fresno State is at Kansas to open the season there. Sam Houston is at Western Kentucky, and then Stanford travels out to Hawaii to take on. They're still the Rainbow Warriors out there?
Yeah. They're about to finally, build their new stadium. It's I forgot what the price was, but it's a 22,000 seat stadium, and it was like $700 million or something like that. I was like,
oh wow.
Whoa. A lot of money for just 22,000 seats.
Especially for a football program like Hawaii.
Yeah.
That is.
They're playing like a high school stadium right now.
Yeah. If I were going to have to take like a road trip somewhere, but either Dublin or Hawaii, I'd be like, yeah, let's just go to Hawaii. I think I would choose that over Dublin. But again, probably more expensive to fly there. But
and the thing with Dublin too, I would maybe have a different tune if this is like week 2. We're gonna miss like the entire college football slate.
Yeah,
in fact, it's week 0 for the fans that are going too. Where you're like, all right, I'm not gonna miss anything. I just get to go party in Dublin, and watch my team.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
You can go and drink all the Guinness that your heart desires over there in Dublin.
Kansas State and Iowa State fans, like, you know how much like that's like might be the 2 fan bases to link up in Dublin.
Yeah,
just farm boys, Farmageddon, bunch of cornbread.
Hopefully they flew in some Busch Lights to Dublin for all the fellas headed over there to watch a football game, because they're gonna want that Busch Light.
There's probably a lot of similarities with the countryside of Ireland, the countryside of Manhattan, Kansas, and Ames, Iowa.
Yeah. Here it's just like corn and wheat. There it's like probably potatoes and some other types of.
Yeah, there's not a lot of. I don't think there's a lot of trees like there is in either one of those states either.
Yeah. I'm excited. 11 a.m. on Saturday. And then we're 9 days away from Oklahoma State kicking off their
9 days. Yes.
Stillwater against UT Martin. Obviously you'll be doing the pre and post this year for us. We're getting close. So are you more excited than the last time we spoke? Or do you think that Oklahoma State's chances have rose in week 2 since the last time we spoke?
I'm getting delusional, man. Like, which you should. If you're a college football fan, you should be getting delusional this time of year. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think unless they beat Oregon or something, I'm not going to get to the point where like Pokes are making Arlington for sure. But I do think this is going to be a very fun and competitive team that any given Saturday can win, which is going to make it for a fun season if you believe that every Saturday you can win a game. I'm very excited to watch this defense. The front 7 sounds like they're going to be very good and very deep, which I like. They threw off that Patterson kid from Miami, the transfer yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's no police reports from OSU PD or Stillwater PD from what I saw on X, which everything you see on there has to be true.
It's the everything app.
So it sounds like it was probably just internal problems. But I don't think from everything I've read and heard, his name wasn't really mentioned a whole lot. When they talked about practice and stuff in the defensive backs. So I don't know if it's like a massive loss. Hell, I mean, he could have been a first-team All-American for all we know. No one knows. But I'm not going to get too worked up about that. That's a massive loss. And then it kind of sounds like Haas Haney is really getting some momentum as QB1 for the Pokes. It is hailing right now here.
I was going to say we do have some weather moving in, so hopefully we can get this done with.
It's not big, but I can hear my roommate. He just opened the garage is like right under me, and I can hear him running out to open it.
Got to get the cars inside. You're saying Haas Haney looks like he's going to be the guy.
I mean, no one knows. I mean, it's just it just kind of seems to be the word is he's getting momentum. So
if I could bet on this,
I haven't heard anything from anyone personally. It's just kind of what we hear from like Scott Ryan, the OC practice report, and
yeah. And there might be a place to bet on this, but if I could bet on Mike Gundy playing 2 quarterbacks or like over 1.5 quarterbacks in the first 3 weeks of the season, I would put my whole entire bank account.
Well, they're both playing.
Yeah,
week 1, meaningful snaps. I bet one guy gets the first quarter, one guy gets the second quarter.
Yeah, that's why I meant meaningful snaps. Not obviously if they're going to be. You would hope, you would imagine they would beat you.
We're going to see the true freshman walk on against UT Martin.
Yeah. But I'm more thinking like even with that Oregon game, I could see him doing like the first quarter, second quarter thing.
Oh God.
Like at that point.
Oh my gosh. If he does that, then OSU loses like 3 or something. Oh, that would not go over well with the fan base.
No, I don't think they would be quite happy with that. And then we are, I don't even know 11 days away from Oklahoma starting their season against Illinois State in Norman next Saturday. Everyone I'm talking to, like just friends and family and stuff like that are OU fans, they're very confident heading into this season, saying that they're going to be They think Oklahoma is going to be pretty good. I think Oklahoma is going to be good. Now, does that translate into them winning, 10 games this year? I don't think that's going to happen. I think probably I would put a hard cap at like 9 games for Oklahoma to win this year. I probably lean more towards like 8. But I think that's obviously an improvement from last year.
I mean, all things. I mean, so far pointing good for the Sooners. We've gotten through Venmo Gate, Preston.
We didn't even get a chance to talk about that.
Yeah, wild story. Just all-time college football story. All time. Just
like
great.
What do you have going on in your life to where you're like, man, you know what I'm going to do on a Sunday night? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to go look at John Mateer's Venmo. I'm going to go look at Arch Manning's Venmo account, and I'm going to see what they have sent Venmo-wise. Oh, by the way, I'm going to go back, like, what was that, 3 years worth of Venmo transactions?
Yeah.
They had to go all the way back to find that.
All-time college football story. Nothing. I knew from the get-go nothing's going to come out of it. Because even if he did, even if he was actually sports gambling,
how do they prove that?
How do you prove that?
A friend,
obviously if it was on like FanDuel or DraftKings and a verified legal sports gambling, account, then obviously it would have been traceable and that would have been a bigger story.
Yeah, like if they tweeted out like his Venmo account, if it was just like John Mateer, like 10 or whatever was his DraftKings account, everyone would be like, okay, this is a little bit more fishy than just sending Venmos.
Well, Kerry was saying, he was like, you have to be 21 to bet in the state of Washington anyway, and he was 18 at the time. I was like, Kerry, if he was gambling, this was obviously not a legal transaction.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're Venmoing for a payout. My guess, and again, this is just a guess. I don't want this to have anyone take it and run. My guess would be they got home after the game, Saturday or whatever, and they were watching the game, and they're like, "Hey, I'll give you $10." Like someone's like, "I like UCLA in this game.
I'll give you $10."
I like USC, and they put like $10 on it or something. Not like, which who cares?
Yeah,
who cares if anyone's doing that?
Yeah,
obviously, if you're placing actual wages on spreads and all that, different story. But if you're just betting a buddy or something, and it probably was a joke, but who cares?
Yeah. I said the other day that the likelihood that he actually bet on the game was very high. The likelihood that he went out was like actually gambling big money to like a bookie or something are very, very low. Again, who hasn't been sitting down with one of their friends and said, "Hey, I've got so and so in this game," and your friend's like, "Oh, well, I've got the other team," and you say, "All right, want to put $10-$20 on it?" I mean, everyone does that.
Yeah, all the time, the time. I guarantee you, college football players do that all the time. I'm sure NFL players probably do that more often than not.
Yeah, because they've just got money lying around to
especially now.
Yeah. But yeah, Oklahoma, what you said, 11 days away from kicking their season off. Obviously, both teams, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, week 2 opponents, a little bit more intriguing than their week 1 opponents. So
step up in the game.
Yeah, two Big Ten teams that they'll be playing. So we'll be more looking forward to that, because I would go on. I'm going to go on a limb right here, T-Bag, and say that both teams are going to win their first games here next week. That's a big limb I'm going out on.
Yeah, and if they don't, then ooh. Could you imagine if OU and OSU both lose to their campus opponent week 1?
We might not be able to ever do another show again because the state might be burned to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, that might. I don't know what would happen. Like, do we overthrow the government, like the local government at that point? Like, do we just start blaming the politicians?
Yeah. Go January 6th, the schools and all that. Yeah. We're taking over. But again, I would go on a pretty small limb, a pretty big limb, whatever you want to say.
I will say that Tennessee Martin and Illinois State, they're both playoff teams in the FCS playoffs last year. So
yeah,
watch out.
So 2 playoff teams heading into to the state next week. So
yeah.
All right, let's move on to some NFL preseason notes. We'll talk about some guys that have looked good. I know one that you're interested in talking about. We'll talk about him here in just a little bit. Shadur Sanders looked good in his first start. What was that, about a week ago or so?
Mhm.
He got banged up, and then the Browns just came out yesterday or today and said that Joe Flacco is going to be the starting quarterback for the Browns. I think we all kind of thought that. It wouldn't surprise me, though, if Shadur gets a shot at some point in the season.
Yeah, you got me, by the way.
Yeah, I got
I
you.
lagged out. All right. Big loud thunder booms and hail is sketching us out over here. Yeah, I think with the Joe Flacco thing, my prediction is, unless Joe Flacco just absolutely balls where you can't take him off the field, my prediction is he'll be a starter. While they still just try to decide if Gabriel or Shador is going to be, their rookie going forward. Let them keep battling it out, because I don't think they obviously have a decision on that front. But yeah, Joe Flacco is going to be the starter. Good for Joe Flacco, oldest quarterback in the league.
I believe he was the last quarterback to take the Browns to the playoffs too. And that was like
a couple years ago.
2 or 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yep. And I remember I placed a heavy wager on the Browns. I think they're like +4 or something in that game. And I was like, oh, Browns probably going to win this game straight up. And then the Texans just absolutely mollied them. So I always remember that one. Never bet on the Cleveland Browns.
Jackson Dart, who played for the New York Giants this last weekend, he had a great game. The Giants have already announced Russell Wilson will be the starter. That also feels like a situation where they're just trying to buy like a couple of weeks, and they're like, all right, Russell, you suck. We're going to throw Jackson out there.
Have fun for those first few weeks with Russell Wilson. Have fun.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Again,
Jackson Dart, just like we're going to go on a limb and say, OU and OSU are going to win their week 1 games, I'm going to go on a limb and say we'll see Jackson Dart starting at some point for the New York Giants.
Yeah, I think by the end of the season, he will be the starting quarterback for the New York Giants. And then Travion Henderson for the Patriots had a 100-yard kick return for a touchdown. He's looked good for them. And then your guy, Caleb Williams, shut the haters up the other day. He went 13 of 16 or something like that.
He went in the first. He played 2 drives. He started off 5 for 6 for 97 yards. Finished 6 for 10 for like 103.
Okay, it was 6 for 10. Yeah, but he looked good.
Yeah, he looked great. And I think my big takeaway from it is, obviously I turned on the game because it was on Fox. I turned on the game, watched the drive, and resisted from tweeting anything totally irrational. I was having fun, and then I kind of looked myself in the mirror for a second. Like, it's just preseason. This is the Bills' second string defense. That was a completely scripted drive, and not NFL scripted, NFL rig scripted. I'm saying like Ben Johnson and Caleb like had that one. They knew what they're going to do. They knew where they're going to throw the ball. My big takeaway is, if they didn't look good right there, I'd be panicking full on. Right now, it's like, all right, let's see. Let's just see. Just got to see it.
Well, he looked good, so there's nothing to worry about.
Also, Brennan Presley and Ollie Gordon have been balling on the
Yes, Brennan Presley scored a touchdown against my Chargers the other day, and then Ollie Gordon. Honestly, the only thing
6 receptions for 102 yards in a game winner.
He did. Had the game-winning touchdown there. And then Ollie Gordon, the only clip I've seen of him was from the Miami Dolphins Twitter account, and they just posted like him doing the shark fin after the game. So I didn't get to see any of him.
He had, I think it was like 7 carries for 50 yards. So nothing crazy, but it was a couple big runs. And Achane's hurt. And I've seen from Dolphins people thinking that he's going to be RB2. And if Achane's hurt, he might be RB1 for the start of the season.
Yeah, because it's a calf issue for Achane.
Which, it to me, and it's obviously I'm biased when it comes to, any OSU guy making the NFL. I'm always be like, oh, how'd they get drafted there? Like Malcolm Rodriguez, I always knew was going to be a solid NFL player, but I understood where he was drafted, where he was because of his size. But I was like, he's gonna play in this league for a few years because I just watched him play in college, and he always just made the right plays, found the football. The Ollie Gordon one to me. Not saying he should have been a first rounder or second rounder. Hell, even late third rounder, I'd be like, all right, I'm not saying he should have been like this. Oh, you got to be drafted in the first 3 rounds guy, but 6th round, it just never made sense to me because in 2023 he was absolutely amazing. last year, that was not on him. Go watch the tape. Ollie Gordon was getting hit by the time he got the ball handed off to him. If the offensive line ever gave him any opportunity, he took advantage every single time. So that one just kind of never really made sense to me why he.
Well, I think that's just a case of he stayed in school too long. If he came out,
but he didn't. He left after 3 years.
Oh, I don't know why I thought he was a junior that year that he had that break.
No, yeah, he went when he could. So it never made sense to me why he went in the 6th round, and I think we're going to kind of see. I think I might be. I don't want to say proven right because I don't think it's the craziest hot take out there, but I think a lot of people might be having the same sentiment. Like, how this guy get in the 6th round? He's a Doak Walker winner.
Yeah,
he has a body, he has a speed, he has an agility, he has everything, the mobility, he has it all. I don't know what it was.
Well, it'll be interesting to see him in that Dolphins offense because that is when everyone's healthy in that offense. It is a very, very fun offense.
It's RB heavy too.
Yeah, for sure. And then Daniel Jones is going to start for the Colts. So AR-15 looking kind of like a bust now at this point.
Daniel Jones is beating you out. I think you're done. I think you're done.
Good for Daniel Jones though. He spent that year last year with the Vikings.
Made a lot of money already.
Yeah, he made $14 million last year.
I think it's like $100 million. I think it's $100 million or something, career earnings.
So he'll start week 1 for the Indianapolis Colts. One other thing, well, I've got another thing that just popped up that I want to talk about MLB wise, but before we get into that, I want to get into, and I want to congratulate the Auburn Tigers for this morning picking up 4 new national championships in football. And half of those came before the U.S. entered World War I.
Yeah, I think a lot of college football fans learned today that there are unclaimed national championships out there.
Yeah.
I brought it up, and I think Curtis was maybe a little confused of like what an unclaimed national championship was. And I was trying to explain to him that OU has unclaimed national championships.
Yeah,
and OSU does as well. And I'm not even trying to just like call Curtis out here or anything, but I think some people are just confused with what an unclaimed national championship is. The NCAA recognizes about 30 polls out there and it's really I think 5 or 6 polls that's NCAA recognized. Like UCF technically is an NCAA recognized national champion in 2017
because they got number 1 in one of the polls,
and like the Polymatrix poll or something. Yeah. OSU 2011, like the Polymatrix national champions. OU in 2003 is like the QPRS national champion or something, and those are all unclaimed, saying that school's like, hey, thanks, but like, we're not gonna accept the award kind of thing. So yeah,
the only schools that do it though are schools like Auburn, Texas A&M, and the loser schools like that haven't really actually ever won. Well, I guess Auburn has actually won some before. This is just a move though, in my opinion, that oh shit, we messed up with Jackson Arnold. Our season probably isn't going to be that good. So hey, let's bring in Cam Newton. Let's retire his jersey number this year. Oh, and by the way, let's add these 4 national titles too before the season starts.
That went undefeated was so good. Let's just name them national champions.
Hey, you guys remember the boys back in 1910? Oh, they were tearing up the gridiron. How about 1914? And who could forget 1958? I mean, geez. I don't care, but it is a loser move in my opinion to do this stuff.
It's something for sure. And with the Jackson Arnold stuff in Auburn, Hugh Freeze, I guess they're gonna have 3 different play callers this season. Number 1, which is bad idea.
Yeah. Hey, let's get this guy that was
against Baylor.
Let's get this guy in from Oklahoma who was confused as hell all year last year at the quarterback position. You know what we're going to do? We're going to confuse the hell out of him even more this year.
And for both parties, and I don't want to just rip on Jackson Arnold because I don't think, obviously I don't, not being an OU fan.
I mean, he did, we can all be honest, he didn't have a fair shake last year, like offensive line-wise and wide receiver-wise and all that.
No, he didn't have a fair shake. But for Hugh Freeze on the hot seat to be like, that's going to be my guy to save my job. is odd. And for Jackson Arnold to be like Hugh Freeze, who has not had any success whatsoever at Auburn and is a scumbag, to be like, that's going to be the guy to save my career. Just always felt like a weird match. Always felt like a weird match.
Yeah. Look, I hope the kid goes out and plays well. I don't think all of it was on him last year. He did play a decent chunk of the issues, though. But yeah, I forget the exact quote, but basically he said they could play multiple quarterbacks in game one.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's not.
And they're playing Baylor too. They're not playing Tennessee Martin or Illinois State.
Exactly. There's not too much confidence coming out of Auburn, Alabama.
Did you see the video of the 7-on-7 drill with Jackson Arnold?
Are you talking about the one where Freeze
he was holding onto the ball?
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
It was Jackson Arnold once again looking confused, and Hugh Freeze threw his hat in the "oh crap, I'm fired."
Yeah. But the good thing for Hugh Freeze, he'll get to play a lot more golf. He'll have the time to do that.
Yeah. Not gonna go there. Hate Hugh Freeze. If there's one guy I hate, it's Hugh Freeze. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, this last thing I have here, this comes from Kendall Baker. He is of Yahoo Sports, previously been with ESPN, Axios, and a couple other places, but he's a sports newsletter guy, and this looks real from everything that I can see. And nothing is finalized on this, but it's what has to do with the MLB rights deal, which he says are close to being done per sources. What he's hearing, Apple TV is out, so that means Apple TV will no longer do baseball games. If you've watched any of those in the past couple of years, you'll understand that that's a good thing because they were not a very good product. NBC/Peacock is in for Friday and Sunday exclusive and wild card games. And then here's the big one. MLB TV is being sold to ESPN. He says for a boatload of cash.
ESPN just controls us. Like they
just bought the NFL network.
They're the Soviet Union of sports.
Now they're gonna have MLB TV. I'm gonna say they just bought Red Zone as well, didn't they?
They bought NFL. They bought the entire NFL network.
Yeah. So, ESPN. I mean that app or whatever streaming service they're about to put out, we're gonna have to pay like $100 a month for that eventually.
Screw ESPN, screw Hugh Freeze. This is bad. Also, speaking on the NFL front, or not the NFL front, the MLB front. What do you think?
Oh, and by the way, I missed this.
Realignment?
Netflix is going to host a home run derby next year.
Oh, awesome! I'm sure it won't crash or anything. What do you think about the possible MLB realignment?
I haven't really paid too much attention to that. I kind of like the division that the Cardinals are in because it's not ever super tough. It's
traditional too. The Cubs,
and all those teams are real close to each other there. Obviously, it gets a little bit more confusing the more west you go because the teams are a little bit more spread out. Once you're on the East Coast, it's all pretty much tight for the most part. All the way once you get to the St. Louis's and stuff like that. Now, once you get past the Mississippi, you start getting into, Denver. There's no one even close to Denver, right?
Phoenix is probably the closest team.
Phoenix.
The Diamondbacks.
And then you have, Seattle up there in the corner of the country. There's not really much closer there until you get down to California. So I could see it making sense on the West Coast and all that. But I mean, I don't think that they would really change much, honestly.
They can't.
I mean, most of those teams are already close.
Don't put the Mets and the Yankees in the same division just because they're close to each other. It's kind of fun that they're not in the same division.
Yeah,
or even the same conference.
And they've already changed it to where every team plays every team. They did that a couple of years ago. I don't know if I necessarily like that either. I like the old way where you played everyone in your division a bunch, because that made, obviously division races a lot more tougher, right? You get down to the end of the season, you've got 3 teams that are,
Creates
within.
way better rivalry for baseball, too.
Exactly. It's like the Cardinals would have to play the Cubs, 3 times in like the next, month or so, like series wise.
Yeah.
And, they'd be down on the Cubs, or the Cubs would be down on them, and you could make a comeback and stuff like
Win
that.
3 series in a row,
exactly.
5 games down in the division, and, you have
Yeah.
3 series coming up with the division opponent, and next thing you know, you're leading.
Yeah. So I hope they don't mess with it, but we'll see. It wouldn't shock me if the MLB decided to go and mess things up.
Nothing will shock me with what the MLB does. Or
yeah,
the NBA.
100%.
Or the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah, which we're getting close to that as well. We had the Thunder schedule come out the other day. I don't think we need to sit here and break down the schedule. No. They had 34 national games this year. You're gonna have to get some more streaming services if you want to watch the Thunder. If you don't have Peacock, you'll need Peacock. If you don't have Prime, you'll need Prime.
Hey, if you like sports in 2025, get ready to go broke, buddy.
Yes. You'll need YouTube TV. You'll need Prime. You'll need Peacock, and then you'll need FanDuel Sports Network just to watch the Thunder this next season. And even, well, I guess if you have YouTube TV, you'd get ABC. So that is well over $100 a month at the moment.
Yeah.
Just to watch the Thunder. So yeah, get ready to spend some coin if you want to watch your favorite team.
Good thing they're good. Good thing they're good.
Yes, it is. It's a good thing it's worth it. Yeah.
Run it back.
All right, you got anything else before we wrap this thing up?
No, I think we covered it. I was going to bring up the Jackson Arnold Hugh Freeze and all that dilemma, but we got to it. So
yes, that was quite the stuff. And
I think I'm gonna lock Baylor. Auburn's 2.5-point favorites right now.
I might
Baylor
go bet that
in Waco.
Yeah,
that might be my lock of the week for week 1.
I might think about sprinkling some dough on that one as well.
I'm not a believer in Auburn at all. I'm a believer in Baylor, and I think this could go south quick for Auburn this season.
Okay, yeah. Well, yes, can't wait to watch that here come next Saturday. All right, that's gonna do it for us. Until next time, everyone, stay dry out there. It's starting to rain all through the metro. So we'll talk to you later. Have a good one.